This popcorn-style review contains scenes from another video. So I watched Grappler Baki. It's a series about a 13-year-old kid named Baki, who is the son of the world's strongest fighter, and he gets into a bunch of fights, and then his dad shows up and tries to kill him, and then he's like, I'm gonna become the best fighter ever and beat my dad. And that's basically the plot of Grappler Baki. It was pretty good. I'd say it was more a series about fighting than a series about showing fights. There were a lot of fights in the series, and a lot of the story kind of built to the fights and explained what was happening in them. You know, but it's more about, like, the spirit of fighting and fighting spirit, because the fights themselves weren't much of a spectacle, and they weren't that great. The characters are okay, you know, most of them are pseudo-likable, but not, like, anything I would really applaud. Baki himself was really annoying for, like, the first half of it, because he was just kind of this, like, rash, impulsive brat. But he kind of mellows out in the second half of the series after the time skip. The biggest problem with Baki is the series, not the character, is Yojiro, which is Baki's father. He's, like, the strongest man in the world, and he is just incredibly boring as a character. Not because he's the strongest in the world, or because nobody can beat him, but more because he comes off kind of like an impulsive child, like young Baki. He's so much like young Baki, it's crazy. He's like an impulsive child, like grown to, like, full adult size, where he had Baki, probably, I think, so that he could have someone that could, like, give him a challenging fight and then he could improve. But he doesn't wait for Baki to grow up, because keep in mind, Baki's like 13. He's just like, oh, a 13-year-old kid? That's good enough. Fuck it, I'll fight him. And then it's like, wow. And he's got this, like, the same generic, like, fighting lover guy. He's like Goku, if Goku was the villain. I mean, let's be honest. He's exactly like Goku if Goku is the villain. But he also goes out of his way to, like, fight any random fucking person, even though there's no goddamn way they can beat him. So he's not even like one of those, like, I'm always looking for a tougher fight. He's just looking for a fight for some reason, and he's invincible. So all of his fights are just squash matches. I liked the series as a whole, but it's nothing to write home about. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic. Your Envoy of Hope. Bye-bye.